wasn't low income housing projects. It wasn't. That was private property initially. I know that for a fact because my auntie mama, she owned a home there. Back in the day, you actually could buy homes in G Parkway.
Now, let's stay on that for 1 second because a lot of people who not from the G, they don't know this. G Parkway was initially Franklin Villa Estates. I know a lot of people just look at anybody from G Parkway as a project baby. No, they wasn't all project babies, bro. A lot of people in G Parkway owned their homes. This was a place that was built in 1969. You could buy a home for $13,000, $395 initial going price. Your mortgage note would be about $121. That's not including the HOA fees, though, because my auntie always used to tell me that her mom was always sure about how high the HOA fees would be. This was a neighborhood that was initially built for retirees and family members to buy homes at. It started to decay in the 1970s once the people who bought homes there started renting out their homes to low-income people or people who are on the low-income housing vouchers, this, that, and the third. Although it's not a traditional quote-unquote housing authority project, it is something to be said that in the 2000s and late 90s, it got to a point where the highest concentration for police calls in the entire city of Sacramento was in that 14 block area of G Parkway. Yeah.
Later on, when they started approving them Section 8 housing vouchers and stuff like that, the low income housing vouchers, then we get to the G of what we know it is now. Like, but initially, people from the G, really from the G, know what I'm talking about. You could buy homes there. Like, that's not low income housing. And to let y'all know, this is not going to be a video of me explaining the history about the mob and the alleyways and the history of the Crips way before then. See, a lot of people don't know about that last part. That's not my knowledge to talk about. Let me just tell you my experience with the G. 15 years old, me and my cousins, we doing some repairs on my auntie mama home, the house I told you about, right? Towards the end of the night, we stop, and my other cousin in the car, he stay on the other side of the G. In the back part, we parked in front of his home over there, right? So while we're parked, we just sit in the car, listen to Jamie Foxx. Don't know why we listen to Jamie Foxx at this particular time. A cop car bends the corner around, because you know that back part it bends the corner, right? Okay, play it, don't mind. We still talking, just chilling. I know it's another cop car bends, right? But we still chilling. Then the third one. And there was a point where I don't know if we just was so deep in the conversation, we didn't notice that about 4 or 5 more cop cars that pulled up. And out of nowhere, at a certain point, all of them shined all their lights on us and said, "Everybody put your hands up in the vehicle."